Welcome to another edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. Kevin Ward along with the coach Kirk Frederick. A big win last Friday that sewed up the district title 49-23 over a very game Booker T. Washington team, coach, who came out and took an early lead. And I know you've been telling the boys all week long that this team was capable, but that had to have been one of those kind of punches that would awaken the team if they hadn't already been.
Well, I think they were focused on the game. I think they understood, that Booker T, they could see on film that it's an excellent football team, and Coach Danzler's done a great job with them in his second year. I said before the game the biggest adjustment is going to be the speed of the game. We had played a couple of other teams that didn't have the team speed that Booker T had, and I think our guys had to adjust to that. But obviously, all the respect to Booker T, they came out, executed, did a great job, and Taylor Pearson answered very quickly on that, and we'll see it on the video.
Well, that's interesting because I think Booker T chewed up over half of the first quarter on that opening drive. 6 minutes and 28 seconds, I think, was the time it took for them to score. And then you came back in 11 seconds later, the game was tied. That's one of those demoralizing things, I think, for a team like Booker T that worked so hard to get a lead only to see it vanish in just seconds.
Well, I know our defensive staff was frantically trying to go through some adjustments, and where we had, some coverages and some technique issues, and all right, let's take a breath and let's settle down and play some good defense, and all of a sudden the defense is right back out there. So not much help. Taylor Pearson obviously wasn't thinking about the defense on that one.
Well, you scored 49, so one of the things that ended was your 50-plus streak of scoring against district opponents. I know that that's no concern of yours, but one thing that was interesting, because we had talked about it, you had 25 straight possessions going into that game where you had scored in the first half, and you scored on your first two. I certainly didn't think it would come to an end when you had the ball on their 30 on that third possession of the game, but that was the possession that ended the streak of now 27 straight possessions in the first half that you scored at least a field goal, and 26 of the 27 were touchdowns.
Well, you don't necessarily look at streaks like that, but you start looking at the way your offense is executing, and the whole idea of being on offense is to score. So,
right.
It's every time you're trying to do that, and we're fortunate enough to have some opportunities to do that in the last few games, and we look at it as, here's a missed opportunity. We get an onside kick, Colby Evans recovers a good one, and we do nothing but go backwards. So a couple of penalties, a couple of bad plays in there, and you're right, that's not how you want to finish a drive.
Statistically, it was a good night for Union. Again, let's take a look at the numbers here. Obviously the 101 yards and penalties kind of jumps out at you. What else jumps out at you?
Well, again, a couple of penalties that we felt like are ones that we've got to make sure that we erase. We can't continue to execute and do those things. So had some pass interference issues that kept drives alive for Booker T. And I thought our running game continued to be very solid against a very good Booker T defense. And you could tell we played a better team. We played a team that was playing for a district championship, and you can see that in the stats.
Only 13 completed passes for Booker T for Grundy, but yet 241 yards, a lot of big plays in those 13 completions.
It all depends on who you're throwing it to. I will tell you that. Those guys were very good, and he could definitely put it on the money. They made some great catches, and I look forward to seeing how Booker T does the rest of the year.
Well, we'll take a look at the game from last Friday first when we come back after this break. Stay with us on the Union Football Coaches Show.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
Day one on this journey, man. You know how many varsity spots I got? You want to be one of those 12, you got to get better each and every day.
Are you going to look down in shame and say, man, I could have worked a little harder. I could have pushed it just a little bit harder. Don't let that happen. You got to do it all year long.
Back on the Union Football Coaches Show, Redskins win the toss and defer, so they'll get the ball to open up play in the second half. So Booker T will go on the offense to begin the game.
Well, it was an awesome senior night. We had a lot of parents out there, a lot of family members there to watch our guys, and pretty neat moment. And to come out early on, have a senior like Tristan Anderson there. What a great play at nose guard. Just takes his gap and just makes a great, outstanding play to start the game. Excited about the way our defense played. Got good coverage underneath. Quarterback steps up. I'm not real sure he wants to step up to Colby Evans many more times after that. Good camera shot right here. He steps up. Colby's one of the best open field tacklers that we have, and makes a great play and a big hit on the quarterback. Get him to a long third down, and we give away inside coverage. A lot of coverage to this young man here. Mr. Bitson there is an outstanding junior receiver for Booker T, and they make a great play to get out to midfield. Seemed like it was a big night of a lot of long possessions. I think our offense had several 10, 12 play drives, and I'm not sure how many was on this one, but several plays on this drive. Brandon Golphin makes a great play knocking the ball out on their play there. They go on a fake punt, and unfortunately the return we had Allspaw on control of trying to block that guy down the field, and good play call by their coach, and we get the pass interference and extends their drive. Come back running the football, not much success running the ball in the night. Sam Blankenship and Colton King are there for the big play, and you see Chance Winsluski in there. Good job at controlling. The big thing was try to contain the quarterback, not let him get out, and I thought our defensive line did a nice job throughout the night. Here we are on the run again. Another great play by Winsluski, Chance, and also on Blankenship. They get a little face mask there. I'm not sure how you grab around a guy and get a face mask, but great job there by Sam and the host of Redskins stopping the run. Give up a little pass to the outside, kind of squirts through there, and we've got to do a better job of tackling. And you can see, as we talked about early on, they come out and got a great start to their game, a long possession and a score. Kicks it off to Kaler. He is about 50 yards away from setting a school record that's at least 10 years old. Our ninth grade receivers coach Stephen Robinson has that record on returns, and what a great year he's had as a senior. You can see not only the blocks there, you see DJ Henderson on a big block right there. You got Mishler leading out front, a sophomore, but it's the way that he sets up blocks, the way that he sets those blocks up, and he's done it several times this year, and hats off to Kaler for a nice return. Defense right back on the field. Probably wish they had a bigger break there after the long possession by Booker T, but they go right back to work. Colton King plays excellent on the outside edge right there. Doesn't give up any daylight or contain, and nice job by our guys. Good coverage down the field. The official thought it was probably too much coverage, I guess, and so it gives them a first down. Sam Blankenship, lots of plays on the night, did a really nice job. There he is again on the play. Malon Al-Jabori had an excellent night. Malon came in and played for JoJo and played just excellent when JoJo was out. You saw Jack Allspaw with good coverage, and so we get the ball, and offense gets to finally get on the field and run a few snaps. Big play inside, the way we ran the football. I thought our offensive line did a pretty good job all night of controlling the blitz from a defensive front that has a couple of Division I players that played outstanding. You can see Mason out here on the edge, get the little smoke screen out there. Huge block in there by Will Hamilton and also Jeff Mead. And then Kaler, just a kickoff return after that.
Well, you talked about that vision he has on the kick return. He showed it right there on that play as well.
Exactly. They get to the outside there. They stop us on our stretch play. We come back and just off the mark. I think Jeff had him beat there. And with the wind, the way the wind was blowing that night, took us some time to adjust. And real proud of this third down conversion, long third down to Will Hamilton. I thought Mason did a great job of converting that. Will getting out past the sticks to convert that play. You can see Booker T's pretty stingy in the way that they play defense and continuing to make it tough. As I said, both defenses kind of made you earn it all night long. If you were going to have a scoring drive, it needed to be probably an 8 to 12 play drive because the big plays weren't going to happen. Huge play there as Jeff came in and made the catch. A lot of people in the press box, even including our guys, say, hey, I think he dropped it, but you can tell he bats it in the air on the replay, and you can see he re-catches it. So a lot of times we say one throw, 2 catches isn't very good, but we'll take that one if it extends the drive. Got Tyler Atkins in and just almost there. Good call by the official. He's marked down short, and we're able to get Mason in on a couple of quarterback sneaks in this first half. Defense back to work. You can see a big focus all night was being able to control the quarterback, and Selton Thomas, senior nose guard, comes in, makes a nice play on that one. Of course, Colby Evans and Sam Blankenship, 2 great linebackers, 2 seniors that are in there making a nice play after that.
I think at one point in the game, Grundy had like 9 carries for 8 yards.
Yeah, just an outstanding job by those guys. Good coverage by Robert Thomas. We come back, hit a slant route out to Jeff Mead. Come back and try to throw a quick pass out, and they obviously do a nice job with it. And again, just right off the money there. We've changed, again, pretty stiff wind, affected some of the passing game early on. Find Carson. This is another huge third down, 3rd and long that our guys converted. We didn't convert as many as we did the week before, but we were still, I think, 67 high percentage on 3rd downs, which really helped us out, and Carson making a nice play there. And the biggest thing about that play was the protection. I thought our protection was excellent. There's a guy we hadn't seen in a while, Justin Silman, coming in and making a nice run. I think he gained a lot of confidence in this game. You can see a big block right in there by Josh Lovett, pulling guard, comes around the edge. Big block by the outside receiver on that side. I think that was Kaylor Pearson. And Justin is able to move it down into the red zone. Justin again on a nice push inside. You can see Eric Giddings and Ben Kramer and those guys blocking very well inside as we continue to kind of grind it out, trying to control some of their blitzing game with the way we ran the ball. Great read by our quarterback getting the ball to Will Hamilton. Come in and they stop us again, just a little bit short. And this is something early on in the season we weren't very pleased with. A couple of times we'd had to run quarterback sneak. We weren't able to execute that. And so we got in those opportunities. I wanted to make sure that our guys had a chance to rep it in case it's needed later on. Outstanding play by our kicker, and Colby Evans. Again, he never comes off the field. Linebacker leading the team, but he's also running down on kickoffs. And they let the ball hit the ground, and we recover it there on the 31-yard line. 31-yard line, we need to go make a play and try to go for it real quick there with Jeff. And unfortunately, we have a holding call on that one and try a little draw play and not a very good play call. Come back with the tunnel screen. We pick up a few yards, but we're so far behind on the chains right now, it's going to make it very difficult. So we're going to take a shot down the field, and again, just one of those drives where it just didn't work for us due to penalties, and probably should have run the ball a little bit more.
And that was the possession that ends the streak at 27.
Back on defense, see Colby Evans again. What a great player he is. He has great leverage. Doesn't ever seem like he's out of position. Defensive line adding pressure, and on soft coverage here, I believe right before the half, and able to get a big play, but I believe that was a 4th down play, if I remember right.
It was.
Our guys were able to stop them on a quarterback sneak, gave the ball back to our offense. They sniff out the reverse, and so our first down isn't very productive. Atkins gets us a few more yards, and then Mason can do this. He hasn't done it, very often, but I will tell you, he can pull the ball down and run as well, and kind of keeps the defense in check. Might have been one of the best runs of the night right there. Tyler Atkins comes in, makes a great play. Best 8-yard run, I think, of the night for sure. Just off the fingertips there of Kaylor into the end zone. Mason does a great job. It's probably the best route that Jeff Mead runs right there, and what an outstanding play. Good protection. Jeff does the work. He catches the ball at the high point, and we score. Not much time left in the half. We want to see our defense come out and do a nice job, and Booker T makes us pay. They're able to throw the ball in there. I mean, you got 3 guys around him. He makes a great catch. Trying to get pressure, a little bit too much time to throw. We have a little bit of a bust on our coverage and give up a huge shot, not something you want to give up right before the half, and gets them down into the scoring zone. Quarterback again, pretty good coverage, but finds a check down guy, and they're able to score right before the half.
And the reason that play cuts off where it does is because that actually ended the half. There was no time on the clock when they scored to make it 28-14, but you feel pretty good going into the locker room.
We do. You know, you don't want to allow that last that last score, the first possession, make them earn it every snap. You see how they move the ball down. You don't like to see those quick scores, especially right before the half. And so we've got to regroup, make sure our guys are ready to go second half.
All right, and they do. We'll take a look at the second half and the big win for the Redskins last Friday after the break on your home for Redskins football on TV. We'll take a look at the second half after the break on the Union Football Coaches Show.
At Arvest, we know our customers come to us for different reasons. There are some who need banking on their time. For others, it's not when they bank, but where. Then there are those who take their banking wherever they go. From big moves to small favors, we recognize the needs of our customers, and now they've recognized us. Again, for the 3rd year in a row, Arvest ranked highest in customer satisfaction with retail banking in the Southwest region by J.D. Power & Associates. Switch today and get the customer service you deserve, only from Arvest Bank.
Back on the Union Football Coaches Show, Redskins up 28-14. Do not adjust your TV sets, folks. That's not blurred around the jaw of Coach Frederick. That's no shave November.
It's getting close to that time, without a doubt. We get the ball first. We want to come out and try to obviously have a great possession, outstanding vision and balance. You look at the blocks are incredible there, but I love this view. Not too many people could see which hole to hit through that, and Tyler Atkins, for a young tailback, just does an outstanding job as he continues to chew up some yardage. Big guys up front blocking well. They've got good players too, and hit us for a big shot right there. Just off the fingertips. You're not going to see that happen very often where Jeff has the ball hit him in the hands, and I know that's one he'd love to have back. Offensive line did a great job most of the night on the blitz, and they got us on one of them, and Mason gets out of the pocket on a huge play there. I believe that was a fourth and forever, I think.
Fourth and long.
And nice blitz pickup there, protection on the outside by Tyler. Jeff Mead makes the coach look really good on a 4th down. Offense continues the possession, get the ball out on a little screen play out to the outside to Kaler, and he makes a nice run there, continues to do a good job with the ball after the catch. You're going to see a guy right there continuing to fight forward, continuing to push forward, and love that play right there. We get Big Briggs there has been called for a few of those motion penalties. He will make the best of that one as we had him offsides.
It's a bit of a flop there.
Exactly. He did a pretty good job there, Dominique Briggs. Just kind of a unforced error there with the snap. Brings us back out, and man, what an outstanding. That right there is an outstanding job with our coaches, with Coach Roki and Coach Pearson, Coach McGrew, working with our tight ends and our receivers. Excellent read on the play. They both guys adjusted their routes, and Carson Meyer and Farquhar there on that play. A lot of fun when you get into week 9 and you get to see what you've been working on for several weeks.
Well, a back shoulder throw, I mean, some folks may think that was a throw off target. No, that's exactly where he was targeted.
Exactly, and you've got to determine that on the fly with the way the position of the corner, and I just love to see our coaches and players all on the same page. he had a big score there. Love to see it on the first drive. Defense goes back to work. We're back out here. Again, Malon Al-Jabori with good pressure. There's Colby. A lot of guys look at him. He can't run. I tell you right now, he can run as good as any of them. Covers the field all over the place. Outstanding play there. There's Malon with another sack. I think he had 3 sacks on the night.
He was our player of the game.
Outstanding job for junior defensive lineman. Justin Silman back in and got good blocking up front. Nice play to get the ball out there to Will Hamilton. There's no telling how many of those plays he catches and goes right back on a big block. And you can see there that Justin's gaining more and more confidence. We were very proud of him. Went through a full week of practice last week for the first time all year long, or at least since week 1, and you can tell that he really starting to enjoy himself out there with his body feeling very healthy.
Well over 100 yards again rushing.
Big block there by Briggs, junior offensive tackle, and a nice play there. Get a little pass interference there on Jeff as we try to get the ball, run the counter play. Huge block by Will Hamilton again, and also Chris Nelson. You can see Chris Nelson pulling to the outside. Look at the block there by that offensive guard. Great job on the block, get the kick or block down, and Silman's able to go in for a score.
You thought it was senior night, but it was actually pass interference night. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, pass interference night. That might have been, it could have been the official senior night too as well. So wanted to get some recognition. Sam Blankenship on a nice play to the outside. Brian Stadler there as well, outside backer. Defensive guys, starting to see a lot of them falling into position, being in the right place at the right time. There's Colby Evans again. The game's all about angles and having the right angles in pursuit. And when you have a team with a lot of speed, it throws those angles off till you can adjust. Under pressure there, try to get a screen and misfire a little bit on that one. You can see all-out blitz. And what a great play by our quarterback. All-out blitz, offensive line picks it up. I think they blitzed 7 on that one and throws the check down route to Jeff to get us the first down. Heading into the fourth quarter, we have some lost video. Maybe this will come up here in a couple of years. Maybe on a highlight reel somewhere, the lost video of senior night 2013. But we go on through that drive, and then, of course, late here you see when the game's a little bit more out of hand. See a great play there by Tristan Anderson. Booker T coming down, getting in the red zone, and it's almost about the way the game started with Tristan Anderson on an outstanding play. There's Malon with another big sack inside there. DJ Henderson with some good pass rush on the outside. And guys in there, just right around the ball and just unfortunately unable to come up with the interception. Booker T steps up in the pocket. Nice play there by Robert Thomas coming back, knocking the ball out there on the end zone. Love the way our guys continue to play. Unfortunately, we come in with a little subs. I'm sure it's tough when it's cold like that, come out and get a snap. We've got to warm up a little bit better and give up a safety. I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't holding night, that's for sure. So Cordell Ramsey with great pressure off the edge on that one, and love the way we were able to get a few guys in and get some playing time for a couple of guys, but also, our guys are needing to play. We're trying to secure a district championship and need our guys to continue to play. Dion McKittrick, so consistent in the way that he plays, continues to play well. There's 2 plays in a row. They go at Dion, and both of those, he breaks those up. Outstanding senior corner. Swing the pass out, good pressure on the outside, and we get back, get the ball to Derek Finch. Love to see Derek in there running. We've got Zach Fisher at quarterback now and doing a nice job. Great ball, outstanding ball right to Jeff, and they do a good job of knocking the ball out. Good coverage, but outstanding pass there by Zach. Got Ryan Redham there at defensive end and Bynum in there at nose guard, those guys, and Denzel Davis coming in, doing a nice job. Robert Thomas coming in on a nice play to knock the ball loose. Good pressure there by Ryan. Coverage down the field. That's just great coverage, but an outstanding throw and catch. Monty Griffith is right there, and Booker T makes a nice play with it. Get us on the stretch play, coming to the outside, and guys continuing to make plays as they're kind of chewing it up. But I'll tell you, we're getting a lot of guys in there, a lot of guys, trying to make those plays, and and wound up securing a nice victory and had a nice performance by the Booker T band afterwards as well.
Yeah, and that was nice. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of Union fans and players stayed to watch that performance. I thought that was really great sportsmanship on part of Union High School and the crowd and the players. We'll come back and we'll get into some great photography from Vic Kidwell, so stay with us as we get up close and personal on the Union Football Coaches Show.
In the blink of an eye, your home and belongings can be severely damaged. If this ever happens to you, call Oklahoma Disaster Restoration. We're your restoration experts. For over 20 years, we've been restoring homes and businesses damaged by disasters. Our highly trained technicians work to restore your property and refurbish your belongings in our secure Tulsa-based facility, restoring lives one disaster at a time. Call Oklahoma Disaster Restoration.
The Union U-Wear store located on the west side of the UMAC has everything a true Redskin fan needs to show their colors. You will find a large stock of sweatshirts, hoodies, and more. They have a wide selection of items that will keep you warm on chilly football nights. Don't forget, the U-Wear store is your home for novelty items and must-have accessories. The U-Wear store is open weekdays. Call for times.
Back on the Union Football Coaches Show, Kevin Ward along with Coach Kirk Frederick. Time to get up close and personal with Vic Kidwell and his great photography.
Vic does a great job, and just thinking about our seniors and all the photos he's taken over the years, and quite a group of guys there. There's Sam Blankenship and Brian Stadler in there. All those guys grouped up. Tommy Bradshaw continues to get better and better. That was the opening kickoff, if I remember right. Went down like a laser and took them down inside the 20. Outstanding job. There's old Brown there, Alex Brown, doing a great job at linebacker. Another senior, outstanding job on a special teams play. Got Lovett there, number 70, in the picture there with Briggs, our junior, on a nice combo block by our offensive line. Love seeing guys celebrate. Ben Kramer in there with Carson Meyer on a nice play there. And, of course, the young guy there with Tyler Atkins. Outstanding job. Running the counter play here, you can see the down blocks by Briggs. And then, of course, Will Hamilton coming around the corner on the wrap. And Justin Silman, great night to have him there. This is a really cool picture. Kayla Pearson on the hold by the snap of Spencer Shores, and 100% PATs by Austin Butler again on the other night. Another outstanding job there by Briggs. He must have paid must have paid Vic off. He's in a lot of these pictures here at Halloween and probably getting a little candy out of it too. Big Juicy there on a nice block. And then of course another special teams play. Outstanding job by our guys going in on the big play there. Sam Blankenship, I couldn't quite see the other. Here's the number change. I think he may have changed jerseys on me. I couldn't remember. That's Matt Earls. Has been hurt most of the season. Senior, love the just going through the adversity and making a nice play there at the end.
That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. Kickoff at Ponca City, 7 o'clock on Friday. We'll see you.